Hello and welcome to my room tour! What's up, you guys? It's Max, and hello! Welcome back to my channel, you guys, or if you're new here, just a general welcome. My name is Maxine Lara, and I hope you take the time to check out my channel and maybe even subscribe. I promise you that if you are into anything plants, mental health, self-improvement / self-development, or anything fun, random things that I myself like to do, you're probably gonna like it too, so subscribe. I haven't done a room tour in I think 3 years, and a lot has changed since then. So I figured I'd give you guys the upgraded 2021 version. Nothing is the same anymore. It really has changed over the years. You can click up here to check out the first ever room tour I made in this room after we moved house. But this one is going to be completely and wholly different, and I like my room far better now than I've ever liked it before. I'm so excited to show it to you guys, so I'm going to stop talking right now and let's jump right into it. I have a feeling that this is going to look really freaking dark on camera. I'm not sure if you guys can even see my face, but this is the best overview I can give you guys of my bed. So if you guys ever watched the first ever room tour video I filmed in this room, you would know that my bed used to be centered in the middle, and now, as you guys can see, it's actually here off to the corner because I had barely any space with my bed in the center, and when I pushed it to the corner, I just ended up with a huge space to fill up, and I could literally rollerblade in my own room. I could go back and forth on my skates. So that was great. So this is where all the magic happens, and by magic I mean me crying at night from all the existential crisis / panic attacks that I have from looking back at my life and not knowing whether I am worthy enough to even live it. Anyway, I got a bunch of stuffed toys, right? I am well aware that I am a 26-year-old woman, but I'm shamelessly telling you guys that I sleep with stuffed toys because they're just so darn cute, and you know what? Sometimes they're just better than pillows, okay? This is Ice Bear from the cartoon show We Bare Bears, and that's pretty popular in my age demographic, so don't come at me. You peel this little sheet back, and we got more. I have Jake from Adventure Time. This one I cuddle a lot. Pom Pom Pudding, which is my favorite Sanrio character, on par with my love for Cinnamoroll, which a lot of my followers know that I love Cinnamoroll, okay? Pom Pom Pudding is the other one. I just don't have a lot of stuffed toys of him because he is yellow. I'm not a big fan of so much yellow. This little thing I got from Miniso, which is I think it's a hamster. I call it Munchkin. And then I have a funny little BioFlu mini pillow for some reason that I got from BioFlu, clearly. This is where I sleep. And I watch shows, or I have, my dramatic moments of wondering if I've got my life together.
One eye open when I'm sleeping.
Yeah, I adjusted the camera higher so you guys can kind of see what's going on the wall. I have a little initial thing that says M and D, which is a gift from my sister's best friend. It's my initials and my significant other's initials, and I just thought it looked super cute, so I placed it there. These windows, by the way, I got one window here and one on the other side, which you will see. I always open them first thing in the morning, right after I wake up. I am the kind of person that literally needs light to feel happy. I swear, if somebody captures me and puts me in a torture chamber where I have no windows at all and no source of natural light, I will go insane. The sunlight gives me my nutrition, which is, I guess you could say I'm a plant for being like that, but I don't know. I hate keeping my windows closed. It just feels so grim and stuffy and way too tight-knit, kind of claustrophobic in a sense, so I always have to roll these down every morning right after I wake up. So we are in front of my bed now, as you can see, and I have this white leather storage box that I got from Shopee for around 700 pesos, I think, and I really needed this, not because it looked aesthetic, but because I had a ton of bags that were just dumped onto my bag rack, which you will see later, and I really needed to get it out there because all the bags that were on the bag rack just ended up gathering dust because I wasn't using all of the bags there, right? So I decided to store them in a box, and my room doesn't really have a lot of storage space. If you want to store things, it's gotta be out in the open. So I decided to buy this because it matches the color of my bed and my room, so it still looks really good to the eyes, but it carries so much stuff. Like literally all of my spare bags are in here. So whenever I'm looking for a bag that's not on the rack but I really need to use for, I don't know, a trip or something, I can just open this up and go get it. And it just takes away all the excess clutter and organizes it for me. So this part of my room has my nightstand and this little plant rack that I converted into a book rack of sorts. But my nightstand honestly isn't the neatest thing ever. It's not minimalist aesthetic, but it has everything I need for when I sleep at night, including my asthma medication, because if you haven't already deduced it, your girl's got asthma and I can't breathe sometimes, so I always have to have this on my bedside. I got the 2 books that I'm reading, my lamp, which I never turn off at night because I'm also scared of the dark. So shut up. This little holder back here, actually, this holds just my few other electronics, my earphones. I have my Nintendo Switch Lite back here, a pair of socks that I wear at night because sometimes it gets really cold and my feet freeze up. And then I also have this white tray over here that has all my spiritual stuff, like my rosary if I want to pray the rosary at night, or I got a little statue of Saint Agnes over here. And yeah, it's like a catch-all for like things that make me feel safe in my room so that no ghosts will come in here. Some things like the hair clips, I set it aside here when I'm about to go to bed. Of course, I don't sleep with hair clips on, or even my tiny little self-made bookmark for my books I have here, and a phone charger and stuff. And then over on this side, I have an entire rack filled with a bunch of different things, but this is one of my favorite things ever in my room just because it carries so much sentimental stuff for me. These are all of my journals that I write in, and down here is my collection of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure mangas written in Japanese, published in Japanese. I've also got my incense over here because you guys know that I meditate in the mornings. I've got my nice tiny little dragon tail plant that's named Toru in my room. It's the only greenery I have in this room actually, because any of my older subscribers would know that I used to have this entire shelf filled with plants. It brought bugs into my room and it was really frustrating and itchy, so I decided to stick with the one. Everything else is outside in my balcony garden. I got my wax melter, which helps make my room smell good when I light it with a tea light. I got more of my medicine and vitamins in this little baggie as well. And then on the lower shelf, on this lower shelf over here is all of my plant stuff, like things for gardening. So I've got my gardening gloves, my plant spray that I used to keep pests away. I also got a lighter for when I light my incense / candles and stuff. My tiny little, this is missing the tip, but this is a tiny shovel. And a bunch of other tiny gardening tools, more candles, and just all my other gardening things are on this bottom shelf. Painting canvases that I bought recently because I paint. So if I put you guys at this angle, y'all can see the nightstand and the plant shelf. But behind it, you can see that I have my Godfather poster. I actually have a stack of paintings and framed artworks behind there, and I don't know if it translates on camera, but at least for me, when I'm in my room and I look this direction, I can see it, and it just kind of reminds me of like people in New York in their apartments, and they have like paintings leaning up against the wall. That's what it kind of reminds me of. Plus the fact that I have this nice floral tapestry in the back as well. I just think it gives a very nice boho chic / cottage-core look. And it's not much, but it really makes me happy every time I look at it. So I'm gonna bring you guys closer so y'all can see what's behind there. So I have my tapestry there, right? And as it trails down, you get to the very bottom behind the two shelves, and I have my Godfather poster, which if you guys are new here and don't know, The Godfather is my favorite book of all time, as well as my favorite movie. It's very beautifully written and easy to understand for a book that deals with the mafia, so highly recommended. The Godfather by Mario Puzo. I got my SpongeBob poster, my SpongeBob anniversary poster that I got as a gift from my cousins in the States. And then I just got a bunch of other, like, let me see. I got a bunch of other artworks here. I got like this random mesh canvas that I used to hang my earrings in. This is the jewel art of the Van Gogh Starry Night painting, and Van Gogh is my favorite painter as well, so I have that. I got this letterboard that says 2 more years. It was a manifestation of mine a few years ago. And then I have my cork board that has my photos of me and my significant other and a bunch of other memorabilia that I've stuck onto it. I think you guys can kind of see this. I have my 2 yoga mats. So one I use just for yoga, and the other one I use for actual working out. All right, hello. I'm really sorry about the overexposure of that one shelf to the left. The lighting, I had to bump up on my camera just so that you guys could actually see this part clearly, but this is actually to the left of that plant shelf, and you can see I have that big second window I told you guys about a while ago. Y'all have seen this in many a vlog in the past, but this is my makeup area. This is my vanity. And this is where I do my skincare, I put on my makeup, of course, and I apply my accessories and perfume and all of that jazz. Everything is here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of how it looks right now with all of the products on top, but the reason why I have my daily makeup products and skincare products in the acrylic containers instead of putting all of them in the shelves is because some of the drawers I actually broke by accident. So I basically just got most of my important makeup out of there and put into the acrylic containers instead, so that I don't have to open the drawers anymore because it falls apart every single time I open it. It falls apart. Not that it really matters, but I'm going to go down here just so that you guys can see. I got a leather bag that's filled with all my tinier bags because not everything fit in the white storage box that I had showed you guys earlier. The blue bag as well are actually some of my clothes that I'm going to be donating soon. So I know it's not sightly, but it's there. Anyway, we pan up here and you guys can basically just see all the rest of my shelves. The ones to my left have just my paper files and stuff, a bunch of my journaling things as well. The one to my right are all my old journals from when I was super freaking young to my age now. On the left over here, those are all my scrunchies, ponytails, headbands. I also have alcohol, perfume, and my sunglasses there. And then to the right is my meditation corner. So I've got the angel that I pray to. And I also have like where I light my incense and a bunch of my crystals over here. And then to the left is just my jewelry section area. This area, all my jewelry is in that white container, along with Michelle Phan's makeup book from years ago, and then this tiny little jewelry box that contains all my daily jewelry. All right, moving here now. I know you guys have seen this area of my room in a lot of my vlogs before, and this is by far my ultimate favorite spot in my room. This place has my heart, okay? This is a Japanese table that I got as a gift from when I was in high school, and it's been with me this entire time. And for the longest time, I just used it as a place to store more things or display more things. But when I recently kind of started to change up my room again, I decided to use it for its actual function, which of course is a table. So I have here my paintings that I'm currently working on. I've got a painting that I finished and a painting that I'm currently working on. My painting palette, as well as a bunch of my other watercolor paintings here. Safe to say, this is where I paint. This is my painting spot, which is why when you guys see the up-close shots of this table, it's really dirty. It's not clean or pristine at all. It's because this whole cover has been torn up and weathered from painting on it so much. I also use this table to read sometimes, which is why I have the lamp here. Sometimes I'll sit here and read at night. Or I will eat here instead of at my desk where my computer is, because there's not much space there anyway. And I realized also that I hate it when my computer desk has like crumbs and stuff. I decided to like start eating here as well. So sometimes I'll bring up food, I'll move things around, I'll put my tray here, and I'll just eat here and watch Netflix or something from my phone or something. I don't know. I recently had the idea to buy a Banig, and it just made it look even better. And I got this Banig for only like $3.50, and I'm so happy about it. I feel like the woven mat of the Banig makes it look so much more cottage-core style, which is what my favorite look / aesthetic is anyway. I've got a brown tatami chair over here. A tatami chair is a Japanese floor chair, and I was able to get this for half off. It was originally 2,000 pesos on shopsm.com, and I got it for 1,000 pesos, which I was really happy about, because every time I looked for tatami chairs in Lazada or Shopee, it was always so freaking expensive. And I finally got one that was within my budget, and I haven't turned back since. No regrets. One of the best purchases in my life ever. Alright, so we've come to this side of my room now, which I'm not gonna lie is also one of my least favorite parts, just because whenever I film a video and this is what the background is, it just looks so messy, and I have not figured it out. This is the bag rack that I was talking about. This used to be tambakan ng bag talaga. That's why I had to buy the storage box, because I really wanted to lessen the weight on this, because it's also like, it's not the sturdiest. This has been in my family since we were in our older house from years back. We have my open-faced closet, I guess you could say, which is the steel clothing rack that almost everybody has. And this has all of my dresses. I love dresses, but I do love sundresses a lot, and this is where I keep all of them, as well as some sweaters, comfy sweaters that I wear at night or when I go out and I just want to be lazy about my clothing. And I also have some of my crop tops here that need to be hung and not folded. I got electronic stuff and boxes on the side of my bunny onesie, and like an old bag and a wig and blah blah blah. It doesn't look messy though. It's properly organized up there, okay? It's just that looking at it as a whole, I am well aware is not like the best, most aesthetic thing. Also, have I been overexposed this entire time? I'm really sorry. Down here though, at the very bottom of the shelf, is also a bunch of random things that didn't really have any other place to go anymore. So I have my 2 ukuleles here. I have my rollerblades, which I can easily just pull out and put on. This box has all my workout materials, like some weights, light weights, and resistance bands. Key art package over here in this white box from the Verde Garden on Instagram. It's sitting there for now while I film this, but eventually I'm going to be opening this and putting it in the gardening section of my shelf. And in this tiny little box, I have textile paints from when I used to paint tote bags that I would hand sew from scratch, because I do that. I do. That was a business that failed. This is the door to my room. This is my manifestation board that I made, I think 2 months ago, along with my best friend. This is what I want my life to be in photos. This area over here is my stamp collection. I know a lot of my subscribers and viewers know this. I junk journal and I love journaling. And these are all the stamps that I love to use when I journal by myself. I got a bunch of stuff, and I went through an obsession phase and started buying a bunch of stamps, and this is my entire collection thus far. I honestly haven't really used them in a while, but it's nice to have them there for when I do want to journal hardcore once again. Alright, we're coming into the last portion of my room before I show you briefly the outside of it. This is my gaming area, / not really a gaming area. This is my work desk, pretty much. I say I like to game because I do, but I actually haven't played games in a really long time because I've been pretty busy. But this is where I stream and I do everything. And I have all my books up here on the shelf. I got all my journaling / office work desk things like pens, markers, my work notebook, pencil cases, more of whatever you need for work. I clearly have an all pink setup, save for this yellow coffee mug that I was drinking coffee out of earlier. This is honestly subject to change, okay? I loved the whole all pink setup before, But now I kind of just want to gouge my eyes out because everything is so pink and it doesn't match the rest of my room, which is kind of funny. So I will be upgrading this station slowly. Of course, that takes a lot of money and I need to save up. But eventually, I'm hoping to upgrade this into an all-white setup or a plant-themed setup. And I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but that is the dream. That is the goal. I got 2 mirrors that actually opens up into my closet that I'm not going to really show you because it's a mess in there. Oh, last thing though, before I forget, you guys know that I made a coffee station video a while back. In case you guys are wondering where that station went, I actually have it under the Japanese table. And I covered it with a towel because I didn't want it to get dusty. But basically, this still has all my coffee making things, everything, including ramyun and some chips for snacks. I actually haven't used this in a while because I keep forgetting about it. But yeah, this is pretty much my mini coffee station that I put together so that in the mornings when I wake up and am able to wake up at like 6 a.m., I don't have to go downstairs to make coffee. I can just make it in my room. So I'm going to show you guys my balcony real quick because it is a part of my room. This is my balcony garden, you guys. I'm speaking lower because my parents are outside. I don't want them to hear me filming, but this is my balcony garden. And you guys have seen me build this from the very scratchiest of scratches, like from nothing. I built this up, and it's still a place that I love to go to in the mornings, especially when I eat breakfast. I don't eat downstairs. I cook food and then I sit out here. I bring it up here and I eat it here, and I read my book and have my coffee out here in the morning. And it's the best place ever to just find peace and quiet and time to myself. And it always makes me so happy to be out here. And all my plants, you know, some of them are not doing so well, but the others are doing really well. So yeah, this is the balcony garden. Also, I've posted this on my Instagram before, but I created floral swags. I dried up a bunch of roses and leaves, and I actually have to finish them off by spraying some hairspray onto them so that it seals them in. I haven't done that yet because I don't have hairspray right now, but this is another aesthetic part of my balcony. I just have my floral swags out there looking all cottage-core and crap. My room gets some really nice shadows and lighting during golden hour, as you guys can see now on the floor. Really cool to get on the floor and take pictures. And also in the morning, like at 6 a.m. in the morning when the light streams through my blinds, it's very pretty to look at. Just a little plus for my bedroom as well. But yeah, you guys, that's it. That is my entire room tour. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. The sun is setting clearly. The golden light is starting to stream in. And I hope you guys found some kind of satisfaction in looking at my room, even if it isn't the most minimalist or neat or even aesthetic thing in the world. I hope you guys enjoyed this room tour is what I'm trying to say. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!